Calyrex Ice Rider and Kyogre is going to be the restricted duo we're going to be trying out today, with some partners that involve Regieleki and Landorus incarnate, based on a team that got top 8 at the World Championship, with one restricted in the Calyrex. We're going to see how well it features with the Kyogre as a new addition to this team and see how well it can perform on the casual ladder. This Calyrex Ice Rider Kyogre team is based off NJ11's top 8 worlds team from Regulation G back in 2024. Let's break it down. Let's start off with the Regieleki with the Focus Sash for the item, Transistor for the ability, increasing the power of its electric type moves, and Terra Electric as the Terra type with Thunderbolt, Electroweb, Volt Switch, and Protect. Overall, Regieleki is an absolutely insane Pokemon because base 200 speed is just too nuts. It's absurd. It outspeeds Choice Scarf Mons. It can even outspeed Swift Swim users and Chlorophyll Mons, which is really insane when you think about it. But this Regieleki we are utilizing is going to be a modest set to increase the power because it's able to dish out some really strong damage with its electric type moves. And the fact that this Pokemon can outspeed Pokemon like Choice Scarf or Shifu, Choice Scarf, Kyogre, it's just insane speed control. It is the fastest Pokemon in this format. And then it's just Calyrex Shadow Rider at base 150. So it's able to outspeed Shadow Rider, which is incredible, Electroweb it, and get that speed drop for really fast, insane speed control for the partners to get a follow-up attack. Focus Sash because it's super frail of a Pokemon, of course, and it's able to stick around for one hit and dish out some really strong electric moves. So with Thunderbolt, that's a hard-hitting attack, especially with the Terra Electric, the Electroweb for the speed control, Volt Switch because you might want to annoy your opponent by Volt Switching around, get a strong Volt Switch, and then pivot it into a Pokemon. So Regieleki can still be around later to clean up in the end game or keep around for Electroweb support. And yeah, this is just a max special attack, max speed Regieleki that can really do well, especially with the Pokemon that we have on the rest of this team. Next Pokemon we have is Calyrex Ice Rider with the Clear Amulet as one for the ability, with Terra Grass as a defensive typing, with Glacial Lance, High Horsepower, Trick Room, and Protect. Pretty standard Calyrex Ice Rider on paper. Clear Amulet, of course, is such a great item, especially with Intimidate Incineroar as one of the main ways to slow down Calyrex Ice Rider. Being immune to those stat drops is absolutely incredible. And Glacial Lance, High Horsepower, just great coverage in general. Trick Room is an option. And Terra Grass as a defensive typing. Originally on the team it was Terra Water, but I think Terra Grass makes a lot of sense here, especially since you have Kyogre as the water typing. You have the Rain, so you are already weakening the power of fire type moves that are super effective to Calyrex Ice Rider, both in Terra and out of Terra. So I think that the Terra Grass makes sense. Makes it easier to play around the Amoonguss as well as Miraidon, being able to resist the electric type attacks. Any ground coverage as well is pretty nice. So I think Terra Grass is just good in general as a defensive option with the Kyogre pairing now. And the EV spread, you might notice it is very fast, and this was a very big thing in Regulation G. You could go for Electroweb plus Glacial Lance to outspeed and knock out a Rillaboom after the Electroweb speed drop. So it can dish out a ton of damage. After 2 Electrowebs, the Calyrex Ice Rider can just be faster than a bunch of the standard base 100s. And it's just able to dish out a lot of damage across the board while still being an absolute tank. This thing is just a champion on how well it can just dish out a lot of damage and keep on trooping. Next Pokemon we have is the Landorus incarnate with the Life Orb, Sheer Force, Terra Poison as the defensive typing, with Earth Power, Sandsear, Storm, Sludge Bomb, and Protect. Overall, this Landorus incarnate is a bit different. I don't think it was Terra Poison. I actually don't remember which Terra it was. It might have been Steel, if I'm not mistaken, at the World Championship. But I do think that Terra Poison, I think, helps out against the Miraidon Dazzling Gleams, against the Body Press from Zamazenta, which is a common Pokemon now, especially in the dual restricted meta. So it made the Terra Poison adjustment. It also allows me to go for like Electroweb and Terra Poison Sludge Bomb to help pick up the knockouts into the Terra Fairy Mons, as well as maybe more damage on Rillaboom, so it can help the Kyogre sweep. So I thought that Terra Poison, just being able to resist the Dazzling Gleams that plays around to Follow Me from Ogerpon, and be a bit more impactful here. Otherwise, it's a pretty standard Landorus incarnate, but it's the max speed variant, which I am just a very big fan of because it's able to outspeed Pokemon like Chi-Yu, the base 100s, all Urshifu is guaranteed that are in Choice Scarf. So I do like just having guaranteed fast things with the Landorus. Outspeeds the Calyrex Shadow Riders after the Electroweb speed drop. It is a pretty strong combo because you have the Sandsear Storms, which wasn't accurate when you just had Calyrex Ice Rider in Regulation G, but with the Rain, we don't have to worry about that factor. So it's just a really strong combo with Sandsear Storm, Water Spout in the Rain, Glacial Lance, and you can see that it's just really good offensive coverage with some really good type coverage as well. Next Pokemon we have is the Cornerstone Ogerpon with the Cornerstone Mask, the Sturdy for the ability with the Terra Rock option, Ivy Cudgel Power, Follow Me Spiky Shield. It's a pretty standard Cornerstone Ogerpon, not much to say. I do like still running the max speed Ogerpon because it is able to just outspeed things consistently and dish out a lot of damage with the Ivy Cudgel and Power Up, and that Sturdy does give the Cornerstone Ogerpon a chance to usually be able to survive one hit guaranteed and redirect, which is pretty important overall, especially with these hard hitters. And it's a really great combo with the Focus Sash Eliki, because Focus Sash Eliki plus Cornerstone Ogerpon, it'll take several hits to be able to knock out these Pokemon. It just does a lot of damage across the board. Follow Me redirection is just great paired with the Kyogre, with the Calyrex Ice Rider, with basically anything on this team. And it's a fast Pokemon that can also follow up with the Electro Whip from the Regieleki, so it is a very strong mon that can be good offensively and as a support Pokemon with redirection. Next Pokemon we have is the Farigiraf with the Safety Goggles, Armor Tail, Terra Steel as the defensive typing with Foul Play, Helping Hand, Trick Room, and Psychic. This Farigiraf I think is pretty interesting because at the World Championship you did run on offensive Farigiraf, so Psychic was just doing more damage to stuff like Urshifu, Water, Rapid Strike, so it allows Calyrex Ice Rider to usually sweep with Glacial Lances and help dish out more damage to Amoonguss. And yes, it is able to do quite a bit of damage across the board. The Terra Steel is a defensive typing just to help out against the really strong fairy coverage out there. And you do have Kyogre that's able to reduce the damage of the fire type attacks that can hit your Terra Steel super effectively. Safety Goggles is a great item, just allows you to play around Amoonguss more consistently, which is nice. So you can still go for a really strong Psychics, not have to worry about Spore under Trick Room, which is nice. Foul Play and Psychic are just really good coverage. Foul Play for the Shadow Riders, but also for the really strong physical attackers out there. And Lunala. Helping Hand, of course, to support the rest of the team, so you can get those really big knockouts, especially in Trick Room. And of course, Trick Room as a support option. Farigiraf is just really nice because being a normal type allows it to be immune to Shadow Rider, Astral Barrage, which, as you can notice, the team doesn't really have the best switch-ins to. So Farigiraf just gives that bonus option there, and still can do a lot of offensive damage, while that Armor Tail, just really incredible ability that makes it really frustrating to play around the Regieleki that's just super fast, the Landorus Incarnate, and stuff under Trick Room as well. And finally, the Kyogre, which was not an original member on the team. It used to be an Urshifu with the Mystic Water, Drizzle for the ability, Terra Water as the offensive type with Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Hydro Pump, Protect. Yep, this is just 3 water type attacks Kyogre, similar to what I liked at the World Championship, but it's running a Timid instead because you can go for Electro Web plus Water Spout, and with Timid you do outspeed Calyrex Shadow Rider after the Electro Web speed drop, so it is actually an important tool to have there. Mystic Water powering up with the Mystic Terra Water option, it's really incredible. And your opponent has to think about, oh, is it Trick Room-ish Kyogre because it's for Farigiraf and Calyrex, or is it going to be fast with the Regieleki? And I do think the fast one is definitely a very powerful tool, especially the combination of Regieleki, Landorus, Calyrex, and Kyogre has a few different flexible modes, especially with Trick Room and just going for the Electro Whip in general. Has a lot of cool tools. I think the Rain is really awesome for Calyrex Ice Rider support, as well as the Sandseer Storms that can pair up with the Landorus. So that is why I really want to test this version of Calyrex Ice plus Kyogre, because I really did enjoy working on the team originally with NJ and Bars, who we did use this team really early on in Regulation G. What is the goal of this team? Overall is just to overwhelm your opponent with offense. You have really good type coverage, like Bolt Beam is a common term we use in VGC, which stands for ice and electric coverage. Usually it was like on Porygon 2 with Thunderbolt Ice Beam. You have Regieleki plus Calyrex Ice Rider with Electro Web and Glacial Lands. It will do some really strong damage, really hard to resist both of the typings at the same time. You also have really good coverage with Water Ice as well. The electric that helps cover for the things like the water types that are basically resistant to the ice and water types. You get the Sandseer Storm from the Landorus as well, the ground coverage. And yeah, there's so much good offensive type synergy that just works out so well when you have really strong spread moves from Kyogre, Calyrex Ice Rider, Regieleki, and Landorus. I think the 4 are absolutely insane. They can just dish out a ton of damage. So your goal is to figure out how you set these Pokemon up, whether it's going for the Trick Room with the Calyrex Ice Rider and Farigiraf, redirecting with the Cornerstone Ogerpon, just going straight for the Electro Web combos, or finding positions where you're just able to fire off these really massive hard-hitting attacks. If you'd like to check out the details of the team, they'll be linked in the description down below, and make sure you grab the rental code because it's only available for 1 week after this video is uploaded. So make sure you grab while you can, because there's plenty more Regulation I teams coming out soon. What am I looking at here? Koraidon, Urshifu, Porygon 2, Terapagos, Mousehold, and Venomoth. Why Venomoth? Why Venomoth? Okay, then. Should be kind of interesting here. I like Regieleki quite a bit. Yeah, I like Regieleki a lot. Regieleki Calyrex Ice Rider doesn't seem like a bad lead. Electro Web Glacial Lance is really hard for them to switch into. I think I do like that combo. I think I like Kyogre for sure. And then last Pokemon is either Farigiraf or Cornerstone. I'm kind of thinking Cornerstone back might be solid. Especially redirection to help out against Urshifu. It's still a really weird matchup because of the fact that they have Koraidon and Terapagos, which makes my Kyogre matchup really strange. Also a bit weird on their side because they rely on the sun for attack boosting power on the Koraidon. So we'll see what happens here, but it is going to be the lead up Porygon 2 Terapagos. So this actually works out really well for me. Okay. As I lead the Regieleki plus the Calyrex Ice Rider. Feeling pretty good. I would probably just go for a Thunderbolt Glacial Lance, I think. Or I go for Volt Switch Glacial Lance. Both work here. I could also go for Electro Web if I want to, but I don't think it's necessary. They get Transistor, which only matters if they have Thunderbolt. All right. I do want to go for a... This could also be Meteor Beam, but do I want to risk that? I don't think this is Calm Mind. I think I'll just Thunderbolt to Terapagos and I'll just protect the Calyrex. I want to scout for Meteor Beam Terapagos because if it's Meteor Beam, I don't appreciate that. So, although maybe I should have just Volt Switched with Eleki out into my Cornerstone Ogerpon because if they have Foul Play on the Porygon 2, it might get a bit ugly, but we'll see. Looks like no protects on their side. I will be able to get a Thunderbolt off and break that Terra Shell on the Terapagos, which is important. Good damage. Hey, Earth Power. Could have got Glacial Lance. Okay. They do Trick Room though. Okay, that's not too bad. If they Trick Room for me, I don't think this is that bad. I think I'm just gonna go for my Volt Switch into Terapagos and just go for a really strong Glacial Lance and get as much damage as I possibly can. I'm pretty sure Calyrex Ice Rider should be able to survive Star Storm spread damage plus a Foul Play if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. They actually retreat to Porygon 2, which is interesting. So what's coming in? Urshifu. Okay. That's taking a Glacial Lance. I am able to get the Glacial Lance off into Terapagos, which didn't Terra actually. So it goes down because it got crit. Okay. And then they're about to lose to Urshifu. Interesting. Interesting. I'm kind of surprised the Porygon switched out because I didn't think there was a really big reason to, but I'll take it. Goodbye, Urshifu. Unfortunately, I don't think we are going to be seeing the... I don't think we're going to be seeing the Venomoth here. Very unlikely. We're bringing out Cornerstone Ogerpon. As this is going to be Porygon 2 plus Koraidon coming in. And then I think I have a pretty secured path to victory. Koraidon in. And Porygon 2. So I'm debating about, do I give them momentum and go for a Glacial Lance, follow me, or do I just go for Spiky Shield Protect? Because they could have setup. I don't know what setup they usually would have. Like, Koraidon doesn't really run Swords Dance anymore, but who knows? I'm just going to go for a double protect. I'm going to scout for what they do here. I also want to see if they Terra. No Terra still. Interesting. I wanted the Koraidon's fast, and they're fast in Cornerstone Ogerpon, and then they get threatened by Yvesangelist, which is why they don't Terra, but... Alright, it's a Thunderbolt. Oh, that actually did matter, because they did have Transistor earlier. Okay. Close Combat into Cornerstone. Okay, beautiful. Able to break a stirred... able to break the... or get a bit of chipped damage into them. I'm able to go for Follow Me Glacial Lance, I suppose. I'm pretty sure once Kyogre comes in... Once Trick Room expires, I just get to click Water Spout Glacial Lance, and then they just guarantee lose. And they just refuse to Terra. I'm just shocked. Like, what is this Koraidon Terra? Because I feel like it should be Terra Fire, but they just refuse to Terra. I guess maybe they're like, again, maybe Ivy Cudgel. Also, Man, this Calyrex is it's meeting business today if it's just critting the first game like all these Pokemon. So I'll definitely take it. I'll definitely take it. I think it really depends on the Ursh. The Ursh was going to be a little bit concerning, but I did have Terra Grass, and I think I was always going to Terra Grass to Calyrex. As long as I was too shine to Terapagos, if it did go for Terra, I think I was fine. But yeah, like definitely was a bit of a strange switch from the Porygon 2, but I guess since they don't have Foul Play, they didn't have momentum, so and I'm able to go for Glacial Lance, follow me, and just secure the win this way. It looks like it's probably Bolt Beam Porygon 2 with Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, so Trick Room Recover. Like I just think that they didn't have much for Calyrex-Ice Rider, so ends up working out really well because Foul Play was the only really big damage move. And again, like I'd be okay with going for Terra Grass with my Calyrex on the third turn of Trick Room, because then I know that Urshifu can't really do much. So yeah, I think I would just been able to keep fire off Glacial Lances pretty strongly. All right, we have a very interesting Zacian Kyogre team with the Tornadus Incarnate, Thunderous Fairy, Urshifu, and Amoonguss. All right, gonna be very scary to deal with Zacian. Zacian is terrifying. The Thunderous is actually kind of annoying because I can't hit it with Regieleki, so that's gonna be tricky. All right, what am I going here? I do want to bring Regieleki, and I think Cornerstone, Ogerpon, Kyogre is pretty good, and Calyrex-Ice Rider. I don't think I'm going to go for Trick Room. I don't know if to bring Torn or not because they don't have the best answers, but we'll see. I think I'm going to lead. I think it's Regieleki, Ogerpon always, because if they do lead like something like Torn Ursh for some reason, I can go for Electroweb, which is pretty good. So I think I'm going to go Cornerstone, Ogerpon, and the Regieleki, and then in back Kyogre plus Calyrex. I don't think they should ever lead Tornursh just because I don't think it's that good into Cali, but we'll see. Choreograph is not really necessary unless I want to get Trick Room, but I don't think this game plan is going to really revolve around Trick Room, and Landorus is only really good against the Zacian. It's not really good against anything else here, so let's see. If we could force a Terra from Kyogre, that would be nice because I could go for Electroweb into Glacial Lance if it's Terra Grass like we commonly see. If it's Terra Water, then I mean I'm still doing big damage with Eleki and Ogerpon, so let's see what their lead is. They lead Tornadus Thunderous, which is a very interesting lead, but I'll take it as I lead Regieleki plus the Ogerpon. What was this doing against Calyrex lead? I'm trying to figure out what this does against the Calyrex lead, but sure. I'm gonna Ivy Cudgel the Thunderous, and I'm just gonna go for a Volt Switch, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna Volt Switch to Torn and just Ivy Cudgel. They go for Tailwind. No Terra. Are they Volt Switching themselves? Oh, they Sludge Bomb my Ogerpon. Sure. It's Life Orb. Okay, wait. They just gave me a double knockout. Unless this is Focus Sash on either of these Pokemon. Torn is not Focus Sash, so it's not Focus Sash on the Torn. Interesting. But I want to secure this endgame then. I think I always just go out into Calyrex here. Yes. Yeah, I always go Calyrex. There's no reason to go Kyogre here. Okay. Very interesting start of the game. I'll definitely take it. I guess they don't have Volt Switch on the Thunderous. I guess it's like, well, actually, we don't know that for sure. But I mean, the Thunderous is going down here to Ivy Cudgel. I'm just surprised because if I led Calyrex, this was Glacial Lance food. So I'm very curious. Like, I could have led the Calyrex plus like Cornerstone Ogerpon, and it would have been an okay lead. But yes, unless it was Icy Wind Sash. Unless it was Icy Wind Max Speed Torn plus Kyogre, that would be the only way it would be like not an amazing lead. But we're gonna see the Zacian and the Kyogre come in. All right. Unless the Zacian has Substitute specifically, I think I'm in a good spot. I am just gonna go for a double protect here because I want to see the order here of what is your attack of choices, and also like, is the Kyogre going to be Choice Scarf or not? Because if it's Choice Scarf, I Terra Water, and then like Eleki kind of eats that, right? So should be fine. I do probably have to go endgame wise of just hitting my Electrowebs which unfortunately is just the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, we see a Terra come out, which is interesting. Okay, is this Terra water on the Kyogre? Yeah, it is. I'm not surprised here. Okay, so that's good information to confirm. So I have 2 plays I could go for, but I think I'd rather. I think my endgame's going to be Regieleki with Kyogre. As we go for double protect, this is Behemoth Blade and a Water Spout. Oh, it is Scarf Kyogre confirmed. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's see. Does this change anything? Not really. I want to say Terra Electric T-Bolt from Regieleki knocks out Kyogre from a Modest Nature, but I think that's what I'll go for. I guess I don't have to go for Electro if I'm going for that game plan. But yeah, I definitely scrapped the Terra Grass Calyrex game plan now. So there's 2 turns of Tailwind left. Yep. So I just go for... I mean, it really doesn't matter what I go for at this point. I just go for Ivy Cudgel. Like, it doesn't really change anything. I'm going to go for Ivy Cudgel and Glacial Lance just to get chip. Go for Water Spout. This shouldn't KO my Calyrex, but it does KO my Ogerpon. Wow, that actually did more damage to Calyrex than I thought it did. That actually almost KO'd. Behemoth Blade, which is fine. Again, I think the only move that really changes this position is... I guess there's like 2 moves that could change this position for the Zacian. The first one is Substitute, which I mentioned before. And the other one is Quick Attack. I think Quick Attack's the other move that could actually screw me over, but we'll see. So I gotta stall out this last turn by protecting. And then we go for Terra Electric Thunderbolt into the Kyogre. I think that KOs, and then I Water Spout. I'm pretty sure the Terra Electric Thunderbolt KOs. Because there should be no Bulk Kyogre. And if it's no Bulk Kyogre, I'm pretty sure Terra Electric will get that KO. As for Modest Regieleki, yeah, I'm like pretty sure it does. Otherwise, let's go for Electroweb, but the problem is if it's Scarf Kyogre, it could be a speed tie between my Kyogre and their Kyogre. I think, assuming... I don't remember the Electroweb drops it lower than like 156 because of how Choice Scarf interaction plus like Electro speed drop works because it's an odd number, but yeah, let's go for a Water Spout and let's go for the Terra Electric Thunderbolt. I mean, on the bright side, even if they get the Water Spout off, like it does no damage here. And Regieleki is just so insane that it just outspeeds a Choice Scarf Kyogre, so it does not care if you're Choice Scarf or not. So we go for the Terra Electric. Well, it does if Zacian KOs the Kyogre with Play Rough here. So I would like to KO the Kyogre here with Thunderbolt. Yeah, it just KOs Kyogre. That's what I thought. Okay, perfect. And then Thunderbolt should 2-shot the Zacian easily, so that's perfect. Kyogre goes down. You go for Play Rough. Kyogre does survive. Perfect. He gets a bit of chip on the Zacian. Actually gets a critical hit, which is funny. I go for Origin Pulse, and I go for a Thunderbolt into the Zacian. And I think with Kyogre living, it's a lot less likely for my opponent to win now. They're going to stall out the rain, which makes sense. So I think they're hoping for, like, the way they win this, Play Rough into Regieleki, dodge the Origin Pulse, quick attack the Regieleki, dodge the Origin Pulse, KO the Kyogre. That's basically what it comes down to. So we'll go for Thunderbolt. Oh, that just came. Okay, we got a crit. I will take that. I will take that. Regieleki, really good endgame clean. And that's kind of the thing, though. They just gave me so much momentum with the turn. It's like, yeah, they got Tailwind up, but like, one, I'm really surprised they would have just let me potentially set up Trick Room. Maybe it's Tauntaun, but like, again, I think Cornerstone Ogerpon plus Calyrex could have been a great lead there. So unless they expected me to lead like Regieleki plus Kyogre, then I guess that kind of makes sense. But even then, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I would just leave Torn Ogre in that position if I was them. Okay, I think this is some reference to probably Pokemon Journeys because I've used something similar with Lapras and Rayquaza. I don't know why they're starters here. I don't know why. I guess Chandelure is actually a good Zamazenta answer, but yeah, I'm not sure what to say here. Also, Rayquaza Koraidon seems like a really bad restricted parry because Airlock negating the Koraidon just seems really, really... I would just say not great. I'm just gonna say it does not sound great, but what do I want to lead here? I think it's always gonna be, so the biggest threat is actually the Lapras. Unironically, Lapras is kind of a problem because of the fact that Lapras immune to Water Spout from Kyogre. Cali Ice doesn't exactly immediately threaten it. It's actually kind of a difficult pairing. I think overall I should be fine, but yeah, it could be a bit tricky. I think I'm definitely laying Cornerstone Ogerpon plus Cali Ice though, because it's pretty consistent against the build, I would say. Kyogre in the back and Regieleki. I could also lead like Regieleki plus Cali Ice, but which isn't awful, I suppose. But I do like Cornerstone Ogerpon to immediately threaten the Chandelure if I need to. Inferno could actually be scary because it has access to Feint and Fake Out. So if it has Feint and I fall for it, it's really bad. But we'll see. Let's see what they're going to lead. I brought Regieleki as a backup to Lapras. What's actually kind of bad though is depends on the Lapras set. Because again, I'm solo water move Kyogre. So I can only go for water type moves and heal the Lapras potentially, which is not great. So I really have to make sure the Lapras is either KO'd quickly or I have to KO the other mons around it quickly. I see Koraidon plus Lapras, which is fine. Okay. I'm all right with this. I would like to see like what you want to do. I feel like Follow Me, Glacial Lands could be a play that I do have access to. I think my best play is just to double protect and scout for like any surprise shenanigans. Could be like Ice Shard from the Lapras into my Ogerpon plus a close combat, which would not be fun if I went for like an Ivy Cudgel Protect, which I debated about into the Lapras. No Terras. Okay. I'm just gonna Ivy Cudgel Glacial Lands. Flamethrower, like if they mix it up and have Flare Blitz and they go for it, they got me, but I don't know what to say. I'm not scared of Flamethrower. I KO'd a Lapras. Okay, my Kyogre is more freed up. Show me Flamethrower again, because it's funny. Wait, they have Collision Course. I guess it's just mixed. I mean, I'll take it, because I almost debated about switching to Kyogre there and just going for Ivy Cudgel. Now I just got the double knockout instead. Sure. Sure. Goodbye, Koraidon. You know, sometimes you'll just find funny games on the casual ladder, but I will try to showcase every double restricted. Trust me, there are a lot of games I cut out where it's like the most random assortment of mons ever created. Then there are like Reg G teams. And then you get the double restricted. Oh, they didn't even bring Rayquaza. I'm pretty sure I just win with Kyogre Eleki. I guess I have Terra, so I should probably play around it. I'm just going to Ivy Cudgel, swap, and protect. If they go for Feint, that's fine, because they can't KO. Okay, no Fake Out, no Feint. I do get the Ivy Cudgel off into Chandelure. I get the KO on Chandelure. Sure. Funny game. Just going to have one of those very funny games. Acrobatics. Sure. Nothing shocked me more than the Flamethrower on Koraidon. The sheer code was like, okay, that's actually within reason. And then the Flamethrower was just like, yeah, I don't think I have to worry here. You go for Terra. Okay, what Terra are you? Indulge me with your Terra, Infernape. Indulge me with the Terra. What the heck is this Terra? Literally. I went for Glacial Lance because I didn't want to miss. And I went for Ivy Cudgel because it's like my best move to click against Infernape. It's not Sash Eater. Sometimes we need a good laugh. In our current world of economics right now, sometimes we need a good laugh. And that one for sure was a good laugh. Sometimes we just need those moments. This is an interesting build. We have Hisuian Decidueye with Heatran, Groudon, Cresselia, Urshifu, and Necrozma Dustmane. I gotta be careful on Necrozma if I'm bringing Cornerstone, because if I bring Cornerstone, the Necrozma can one-shot it with Sunsteel Strike because it goes through Sturdy. Landorus is a fantastic Pokemon here. I'm a bit concerned about how I'm beating the Necrozma, but I think I should be fine. Landorus lead with Calyrex-Ice seems pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Bring Kyogre in the back, and I actually do like Farigiraf, I think. This Foul Play threatens quite a bit of damage into Necrozma, while Psychic actually does good amounts to Urshifu. And the Hisuian Decidueye. Dark Urshifu, though, is probably the case. I probably should have respected it more. So maybe I should have brought something to help out against the Dark Urshifu a bit more. But we'll see. Ground on Cresselia lead. This is perfect, as I do lead my Landorus plus the Calyrex-Ice. I think I just go for Earth Power and I go for Glacial Lance because the Groudon most likely can't do that much. Like, they're usually Terra Fire, so if it's Terra Fire, the only way they can really do damage to Calyrex is if they Terra Fire. If they don't, they, one, are vulnerable to Glacial Lance, and B, yeah, they're not KOing the Calyrex regardless. Unless maybe Helping Hand Fire Punch can, if it's like a Life Orb, but I just don't think so. We do see a Terra come out. I imagine that this is the Groudon. Yep. Don't be Ally Switch, please. Don't be Ally Switch. I think Crest gets Ally Switch in this gen. Okay, nice. I was thinking, oh, don't Ally Switch, please. Otherwise, my play would have been to go Kyogre, but that's the risk they took. That is the risk they took. I had an Earth Power and a Groudon. They didn't see it. And yeah, I'm just able to. Maybe they thought I was just going to switch into Kyogre, which is kind of fair if I switch in Kyogre. But even then, like, yeah, I think that was just such a not a great risk reward factor for them as Trick Room goes up. But I have gotten the knockout and their Terra gone. So pretty good start here. So this is Necrozma coming in. I don't know if they're going to target the Cali or if they're going to target the Necrozma. Terra-wise, I don't think I'm forced to Terra the Calyrex, so I think I'm just going to go for Farigiraf, and I'm just going to go for a Glacial Lance. Even if I lose Calyrex here due to like a Helping Hand Sunsteel Strike, I think that's completely fine realistically. I'm just going to spam Glacial Lance because I just got to get rid of this Cresselia. Once I get rid of this Cresselia, like, I think I'm going to get spotted. I don't know what they expected, man. Like, it was just such a safe Earth Power, assuming no Ally Switch. Like, I could go Kyogre, but then they go for Blades, I suppose. But I still threaten Origin Pulse. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oregon 2, Incineroar, Calyrex, Ice Rider, Kyogre, Amoonguss, and Rillaboom. All right. Calyrex, Ogre, Mirror, but I bet they're slower. All right, should be interesting, actually, because we do have quite a bit that makes this interesting with Farigiraf, preventing the double fake out. I like Kyogre plus Calyrex lead in general, and playing the mind game because they don't really have anything that really punishes Calyrex Kyogre lead. I think I always bring Farigiraf, and last Pokemon I think is always Cornerstone Ogerpon because it can switch into Spore and redirection is nice. So let us see how this is going to be a factor. Now this is a Scarf Kyogre. I'm going to cry. But otherwise, I think I'm in a really good spot by clicking Water Spout and a position where I guess it just depends on what Terra is the Calyrex. Is it going to be like Water or Grass? Maybe Dragon? Could be, I suppose. If it's not, I'm in a really, really good spot. Like, I mean a really good spot. So let's see how this is going to be handled, because If they lead Rillaboom plus Calyrex-Ice, I think I just go for Glacial Land, swap to Ferrograff. If they lead Porygon 2 Calyrex-Ice. Hey, what's stopping me from clicking Glacial Lands plus Terra Water Water Spout? I don't think there's anything that's stopping me from clicking those moves. I think there's nothing stopping me from clicking those moves. I'm clicking those moves. I have fast Calyrex and fast Kyogre on this team. All right, Drizzle active. Oh, it's Trace Porygon too. And Trace is Drizzle, which doesn't change anything. Better than dealing with download though. I am going to go for Terra Water Water Spout and Glacial Lance. Is this Terra Water Porygon too? Maybe Terra Grass? Well, if they Terra Grass, they're screwed. Terra Water is the only dangerous typing here. Because that's the only way you resist Water Spout while being able to, I think, take a Glacial Lance as well. But yeah, I'm just going to go for a Terra Water Water Spout with Mystic Water. And yeah, they don't have a switch because Glacial Lance... Water Spout should get a KO unless the Calyrex or the Porygon 2 have Terra Water specifically. Otherwise, every other Terra gets blown up by my team. And I don't think I really need... I mean, Terra Grass would have been nice on Calyrex to deal with Amoonguss Spores playing around it. But if I just prevent Trigger from going up, I don't care, right? If they have that as counterplay. We Terra our Kyogre. No Terras. No Protects either. And a Porygon 2 survives, so I get the attack boost off them. And I really doubt Porygon 2 is faster than my Calyrex because I actually have speed. Yep. And they'd probably trick him in that position anyway. Glacial Lance KOs to Porygon 2. That's a very, very nice turn. That is a very nice turn. All right, beautiful. I mean, the game is not over by far, but I mean, that's a really good start. If it's Kyogre plus Rillaboom and back, I'll have to make some plays. If it's Kyogre and Amoonguss, I'm just clicking Water Spout, Glacial Lance. If it's Rillaboom plus Kyogre, I think I double protect. Actually, do I double protect? My Calyrex, I mean, I don't think I'm faster than Min Speed. Well, I am faster than Min Speed Kyogre, but I don't think this... Would this be Min Speed Kyogre on this team? I don't think so. I think my play would just be to click Water Spout, swap into Ferrograff. Even though I have my attack boost on the Calyrex, I don't think it's really... I don't think it's worth losing it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to click Water Spout and swap to Ferrograff. And even if Kyogre goes down to Wood Hammer, I think the Rillaboom takes so much recall where Cornerstone Ogerpon should be able to seal up the game with like Helping Hand, Ivy Cudgel. Oh, it's Amoonguss. I don't even have to worry about it. Okay. And Kyogre? Yep. I mean, they could have Terra Water on the Amoonguss, but that means they don't Terra the Kyogre. And if they Terra Water the Amoonguss, I should win with Cornerstone Ogerpon. So I'm just firing off. Just click Water Spout Glacial. That's what this combo does. That's what it does best. That's kind of the thing about having too slow of a team. You can fall victim to that. I was really expecting to play the Fake Out Mind game, but they didn't even lead a Fake Out Mon or Fake Out combination, so I was actually just able to threaten the knockouts. All right, we have Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Zamazenta, Raging Bolt, Urshifu, Dragonite, and the Galarian Weezing. Actually, I feel like I've seen this rental code before. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have seen this rental code. If I'm not mistaken, it's kind of based on the Kyle EUIC team, and... what is it? It's like the standard Galar Weezing, Rocky Helmet. I think it's still Banded Dragonite Scarfish, if I'm thinking. I don't know what the Raging Bolt is. I don't remember if it's Booster Energy or if it's like Assault Vest or Life Orb. All right, what am I doing here? Regieleki Kyogre is really good. Regieleki Kyogre is really good here. It's either Regieleki Kyogre or I go with Calyrex immediately. I like Regieleki plus Kyogre, I think, though. I think it's pretty good. I want in the back. Probably Calyrex because I don't... Well, I could bring Lando too because I just don't have a Raging Bolt answer. I do not have a Raging Bolt answer. Am I bringing no Calyrex though? I think so. I think I want to bring Ferrograff because I want an answer to Calyrex or Cali Shadow that's more consistent. And if I bring in Lando, I can beat the Raging Bolt, so I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a weird matchup. I don't know what they exactly go. Like, they could lead the Weezing plus Cali Shadow. I'm okay with that lead. Raging Bolts plus Zamazenta. Okay. I was not expecting this lead, because I thought they would respect the Lando a bit more, but I guess it's okay. I think my best option is always to just go Landorus on the Kyogre Slam Protect. They could body press the Kyogre though. That's the only bad thing, but like I kind of need Kyogre around, so I'm definitely bringing in my Lando. All right, let's see what they did here. I'm hoping they body press the Eliki, but I could definitely see them targeting the Kyogre. Oh, they Wide Guard instead. Electroweb? Electroweb would make a lot of sense. Thunderbolt. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I like that a lot because I think I'm going to go for Electroweb. And you know, I saw your Wide Guard. It's so obvious. I think I'm going to fire off my Sandsear. Yeah, they didn't Wide Guard. Perfect. I get the Electroweb off. Also, they didn't tear the Zamazenta. I really thought they were going to tear the Zamazenta into like Dragon or something, but that's not the case. Sandsear Storm coming out. Getting the KO on Zamazenta. That is a Assault Vest Raging Bolt. Ooh, we crit the Zamazenta. I don't know if that matters. I don't think so. But it's definitely a Assault Vest Raging Bolt. A Draco Meteor, which is fine. Yeah, because even I just live with the Landers. I'm like, yeah, I should technically respect the Wide Guard, but I think that's too obvious. I really thought they were just going to like protect the Raging Bolt. They had protect and maybe fire off a Body Press with Terra Dragon. Like I thought that was going to be the most likely option. No, that was not the case. Cali Shadow comes in. I just I don't see a problem going for Electroweb plus I think I just do go for Electroweb plus Sandsear again. I don't see a reason not to. They retreat the Raging Bolt, so whatever's coming is taking a bunch of damage. Urshifu? Yeah, Urshifu's going down here, so yep, I love offensive pressure. Electroweb, get that speed drop on the Cali Shadow, unless you're Cover Cloak for some reason, but you shouldn't be Cover Cloak on this team ever usually. It should always be like Life Orb, Focus Sash, even Specs. Sandsear Storm, almost picking up the knockout, but not enough, but that is pretty good. We're able to get goodbye Urshifu. Astral Barrage, that is acceptable. All right, Eliki brought down to the Sash, but at this point, I just guarantee win here because I did get the speed drop on the Shadow Rider. We know that it is not Choice Scarf. If it was Choice Scarf, it would have outsped my Eliki. I get to go Kyogre here. As they go out into the Raging Bolt, they cannot protect because they're Assault Vest Raging Bolt. And I can dodge Thunderclap crit, knocking out my Kyogre because I have Farigiraf. And I'm going to go into Farigiraf. I'm going to click Water Spout. I don't think I ever have to Terra. I don't think... Is there a Terra that makes sense? I mean, it doesn't change anything, right? I should outspeed. I get the Water Spout. I max speed Kyogre Timid Nature for this reason, for the Electroweb. Yeah, they go for the Thunderclap, Last Ditch Effort, but Farigiraf coming in clutch. Water Spout will come out and finish off the weakened Calyrex Shadow Rider as well as the Raging Bolt. I was willing to risk it too. I was willing to risk the Electroweb Sandsear because Earth Power could have been really deadly for them. So, really nice. And yeah, as long as I wasn't switching to like Snarl immediately, or yeah, as long as I wasn't switching to Snarl specifically, I think turn one, I felt like it was like just a perfect play. And the fact that they went for the Wide Guard immediately to cover for a Water Spout ended up working out really well for me. I was just able to get quite a bit of momentum. I gained the Landers in for free. And then the Sandsear Storms. The Sandsear Storms. Talonflame, Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Entity Female, Amoonguss, Ursaluna, and Koraidon. Great, we have to play Tailwind offense and Size Spam as well as potential Trick Room mode. Great. Alright, luckily Farigiraf is really good with Kyogre, especially into the combo, so I do want to lead Farigiraf. I think Farigiraf is pretty good. Imprison's a bit annoying, but should be manageable. I just don't have terrain control. That's the problem. No terrain control kind of stings here. Lando's not worth leading. Calyrex might be worth leading here. I think Calyrex plus the Kyogre And like the thing is, if it was just Cali Shadow Entity, I could lead Regieleki Kyogre, but they have a Talonflame and a Koraidon, which makes this so strange of a matchup. I might bring Cornerstone Ogerpon. I feel like the answer is no. I think I'd rather bring Elekian back. Or would I? Because I'd be scared of Koraidon. I'm a bit scared of Shadow Rider, and I'm scared of Koraidon in the back. I think I'll go Cornerstone. I'll go Cornerstone in the back because redirection might be helpful, but this is not a pretty matchup. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing Cali Shadow Entity, and we're not going to have a fun time against that. We're going to have to be guessing whether you're going for Astral Barrage or if they read that and go for Expanding Force immediately. Wait, they let Talonflame Calyrex? That's fine. Okay. I don't mind this position. I don't know if they're Taunt Talonflame. They can't go for Brave Bird either. I'm okay with throwing off a Foul Play into the Cali Shadow and a Protect, because I don't want Willisp happening into the Cali Ice. They have to kind of attack my Farigiraf, but at the same, well, I think they have to target both because Trick Room is still bad on either slot. They actually switch out. Maybe is this Ursaluna? Mungus. Oh, okay, so that's how they're trying to play around Trick Room. That's fine. As we get Protector Cali Ice. And what's the Talonflame going for? Flare Blitz. Okay, I don't mind that. I don't think the Talonflame should be able to do enough damage, so Foul Play. Nice crit. Doesn't change too much here. Oh, it's eject button. No. I was about to say eject button is crazy. No, it's just leftovers and Mungus. Okay, that's fine. I just don't think Flare Blitz does any damage. I could, of course, just go out into like Cornerstone Ogerpon here. Actually, I do like a Psychic into a Mungus. I go Cornerstone here? Because I'm a bit worried if they switch out a Mungus into Koraidon and go for a Flare Blitz and Sun. If this is Life Orb Talonflame, I don't know if it's Life Orb Talonflame, but I think Ogerpon makes a lot of sense here because it's kind of a decent mid-ground without me taking too much damage. Flare Blitz going to come out into Ogerpon. Doesn't do that much. Nice. Yeah, Psychic off into the Amoonguss. That just KOs. I mean, I know I'm especially offensive for Farigiraf. Maybe the crit did matter. Maybe the crit did matter. Okay. Koraidon coming in. Okay. All right, this should be fine. I'm going for Trick Room and I'm switching out into Kyogre because this should allow my Farigiraf to always be able to take the attack from Koraidon. I think the only way I could lose my Farigiraf here is if they go for Brave Bird into close combat into my Farigiraf slot. But if I get Trick Room up, I think I just win because Amoonguss is gone. They have no way to stop me from just getting damage under Trick Room. Why? Well, it's Collision Course. You know, if they Brave Birded, they might have actually KO'd, unless they don't have Brave Bird for some reason, because they lost Gale Wing, so they can actually Brave Bird. But you know what? I'm taking that. I mean, even then, it was still kind of a weird spot for them, because I'm pretty sure I get Cali Ice and I go for Trick Room Origin Pulse anyway, and they have no switch. But that is not what I expected. Okay. It's going to help me in Water Spout, I suppose, because Collision Course is not like that threatening damage-wise. They want to switch out to Koraidon. They get Water Spouted. Like, I get a KO or two guaranteed here, I think. Let's see if the Koraidon's faster than my... Okay, it is faster, but gets a Drain Punch off. Also, why did that do so much? I guess it's the Life Orb Koraidon, but... yeah, I mean, I'm still KOing the... Talonflame, and I get good damage in Koraidon. I guess Water Spout was greedy. I should have Psychic Water Spout, actually. Now that I think about it, why didn't I click Psychic Water Spout? I think when I saw Steel Wing, my brain was like paused, frozen, like a loading screen. A Cali Shadow comes in. I'm gonna foul play the Cali Shadow. Actually, do I even have to foul play the Cali Shadow? I guess like if it's Terra Water, that's like the only big threat. I should Psychic the Koraidon. I don't think I should Protect, actually. I think I should just fire off attacks. We see a Terra come out. This is probably Shadow Rider, which is fine. All right, what Terra are you? Paranormal is whatever. Okay, perfect. That means they didn't Terra to Koraidon, so it should go down to Psychic because this is offensive for Rigorath. Yeah. Nice. So Koraidon goes down. I should be getting an Origin Pulse off into Cali Shadow. If I miss, it's not like the worst, but luckily I do connect, so that should seal the game. Oh, I just KO. I just KO. I don't think that's Specs Shadow Rider. I don't know what Shadow Rider it was, but that is beautiful to see. Okay. No Steel Wing was, or no Brave Bird there was interesting. I still think I had a really good spot by just getting in my Calyrex-Ice and going for Trick Room, but yeah, not what I anticipated. Solgaleo, Cobalion, not Iron Crown, Virizion, Lunala, Palmod, Zapdos. Sure. Sure. I don't know if I'm bringing Calyrex into this. It is not necessary, I think. I think Farigras unironically really good here. Yeah, Farigras really good. Regieleki plus Landorus is also really good here. Yeah. Huh. There's a lot I could do. Do I need Regieleki? The answer is probably no, I don't need it. Landorus plus my Cornerstone looks like really good damage. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. I think I will lead Landorus plus the... I mean, I could lead Kyogre, but the problem with leading Kyogre is I played Wide Guard Mind Games immediately, which I don't like. I definitely want to bring Farigras. I think it's good in this matchup as well as Kyogre. I don't know if my game plan is to get Trick Room against this team because I have no idea what speed control method they would have on this team. It could be like Thunder Waves. It could be like just Tailwind. It could be Trick Room because they have both the Alola restricteds. Let's see. Virizion plus Zapdos. Okay. I would say this is probably a pretty good lead. Because I can just Ivy Cudgel to Zapdos and Sludge Bomb to Virizion. I could read Terras, I suppose, but if they Terra onto Zapdos and I get good damage onto Virizion, their answers to Water Spout are very bad, as I do get the Ivy Cudgel, just knock out the Zapdos. Okay, beautiful. Don't have to worry about Solgaleo, and I guess they just didn't want to switch, which makes sense, because if I went for Earth Power, would have been bad. Sludge Bomb into Virizion. That's a slow Virizion, and it is Assault Vest, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Assault Vest damage. Okay, so Assault Vest Virizion, which makes sense. That's what their Kyogre answer was. They're also really weak to Calyrex Leap, but then again, they just have so many answers to Calyrex. Palmot coming in. All right. I don't know if you're fake out or not, but I'm just doubling up that Palmot slot. Yeah. Could be fake out. Fake out's fine. I just want to... If they go for Revival Blast, I just want to punish it. I go for the Ivy Cudgel. They just go for Double Shock, so that's perfect. Goodbye, Ogre Palm, but I get the KO on the Palmot. No Revival Blessing. They only brought one of the Restricteds too, as well, so that helps. And the fact that they don't have access to Zapdos anymore is actually really good, because I don't have to find out if it's like max speed Zapdos or my Kyogre slower, which actually would have been a pain to deal with in Trick Room. They go for a Sacred Sword into the Landorus, but doesn't do much damage. Gets a critical hit, whatever. I'm going out in Farigras as they're probably bringing out Lunala. Yeah. I outspeed Lunala unless this is Scarf for some reason. I don't think they're going to tear it of Virizion, and I do think it's probably Assault Vest by how well it took the Sludge Bomb. It has really good Spadap, but I don't know. I think it should be probably Assault Vest. I'm just going to go for Helping Hand Terra, Helping Hand Sludge Bomb. Terra is going to come out, which makes sense if it's Lunala because I do have access to Foul Play, and yep, they do Terra. Perfect. Terra Psychic. Okay. So Helping Hand Sludge Bomb I think should knock out for Farigiraf, and then I should be able to beat the Lunala with the combination Kyogre, Lando, and Farigiraf. But we'll see. Virizion goes down. Okay. Harris, like, you kick Psychic. Sure. Into Landorus. Should pick up the knockout. Yep, that's fine. I mean, I just click Water Spout and I click Foul Play. Yeah. They'd have to be some crazy set to somehow come back in this, and I'm like thinking so much about like, oh, is it like some weakness policy shenanigans or something? Is it even max speed? We don't even know that. So I'm just gonna go on the offense. There's no Terra. There's no way I think I Terra my Farigiraf in this matchup. So just go for as much damage as I can with this powerful Water Spout. I don't Helping Hand because I'm not risking the Lunala being faster than my Kyogre and banking on my Kyogre. So here comes a Water Spout. Good damage through Shadow Shield. Like, this shouldn't even KO Kyogre. I wonder if Specs would even KO. Yeah, it's not Specs, that's for sure. Not Specs, that's for sure. Foul Play KOs Lunala. Some interesting teams, some interesting double restricted teams. Virizion's definitely an interesting Mon choice. Did it do much? No. You click Sacred Sword. I mean, it did hang on for my Sludge Bombs pretty well, but yeah. Groudon, Zacian, King Gambit, Fluttermane, Tornadus, and Amoonguss. Alright, Kyogre is good. Landorus is also pretty good against their team, but there is the Fluttermane, which actually is a scary mon to handle. Landorus is really good if I set it up properly, though. Kyogre is also really good here. I bring Farigiraf to avoid Sucker Punch? Maybe. I kind of just want to go offensive and get damage across the board. I feel like Fluttermane leads. But if I lead do I lead Calyrex-Ice? I feel like I don't lead Calyrex-Ice. This is a tough decision. I think I want to lead the Regieleki plus the Calyrex-Ice, Kyogre in the back, and then Lando. The idea is never get Trick Room up, because the idea is probably to Electroweb through the team. I feel like their only way of beating like Eleki Lando stuff is through the... I would assume it's through the Fluttermane. I guess like if they lead Torn, then that's really awkward, but I don't think they're leading Torn. Zacian versus Calyrex-Ice Regieleki, but we'll see. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I can play out of this, so that's fine. Okay. Are they gonna Tailwind? I have no clue. I'm just gonna go for a Protect, and I think I'm gonna go for a Thunderbolt. Try Electroweb. No, I should take the KO on Torn. I think I Volt Switch to Torn and Protect. Okay, there's no Amoonguss swap. I felt like Torn could swap into Amoonguss if they had it. Looks like that's not the case. Did they just go for Tailwind? They did just go for Tailwind. Okay, that's fine. Behemoth Blade into the Calyrex-Ice. All right, I could have Terra'd and went for Trick Room, but I'm shocked that this was the arrangement. Volt Switch going to come out. All right, Torn goes down. So that's one resource gone, although they do have 3 turns of Tailwind to work with, plus a free switch. Landorus is definitely coming in for me because I can't go Kyogre. So we will go out into our Landorus here. And Landorus should be in a good spot to just either go for Earth Powers. Groudon comes in. I do have a play that I'll make. We're going to see Flutter Mane come in. All right. Gonna be the booster energy, not surprising. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can go for Terra Grass Trick Room. Do they have Taunt on the Flutter? I guess that could be a thing. I mean, if they have Taunt on Flutter, they're gonna go for Taunt and Behemoth Blade into Lando, so that should be fine. They Terra Fairy, okay. They were Speed Booster, right, on the Flutter? I'm not crazy. All right, let's see. Unless their offense... Well, actually, man, I should have paid attention. I think it was Speed Booster. I guess we'll confirm through the Zacian or the Flutter who moves first, but let's see. I get to protect with Lando. They should always be targeting the Lando, at least with Zacian, I would assume. Oh, they went for Icy Wind. Perfect. So Icy Wind Behemoth Blade should not knock out Calyrex with Terra. And now they're vulnerable to Glacial Land's Earth Power or Sludge Bomb or whatever I want to do. They do Icy Wind Behemoth Blade, so that's fine. Yep. Perfect. Trick Room goes up, and I'm in a good spot. I'm in a very good spot. I'm just going to go for Glacial Lance, and I could Sandsear. It's a bit greedy, so I think I'd rather just Earth Power, because if I get rid of Flutter, I think I'm in a good spot in the end game. They probably just double protect. Either way is fine. Ooh, they made an aggressive play. Good play on their part. Okay. Glacial Lance. I mean, I still think this is fine regardless. I get a good Glacial Lance off into Zacian. It's not a two-shot, which is surprising to me. Earth Power gonna fail into the Flutter. Play Rough into Lando? I'm surprised they risked into Calyrex, but I guess maybe wanting to cover to switch into Kyogre. That's fine. So I lose Calyrex, which is my Terra, but I got Trick Room up, which was like the most important thing here. Because now I get to go Kyogre, and I get to click Water Spout, and I get to click Earth Power into the Flutter slot. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for... I could also Water Spout Earth Power to Zacian. But I think I always target the Flutter. Yeah, they're gonna retreat the Zacian out into Groudon, which is perfect because I get the Water Spout into Earth Power into the Flutter Mane. I'm pretty sure LAIC plus one of Kyogre and Lando should win the game, but we'll see. Earth Power gonna come out in the Flutter. That's really good damage. Puts in Water Spout range. Water Spout will come out and KOs the Flutter Mane, and Groudon just takes too much damage. Beautiful. Now I think I win the game if I just keep clicking Sludge Bomb into the Zacian slot. Tailwind expires, but the Groudon is probably going to be faster in Trick Room than my Kyogre, but that's fine. Zacian comes in. I think I just always just Water Spout and Sludge Bomb. There's no reason to switch. Groudon protects. Zacian protect too? Yeah, okay. It doesn't really change anything. The thing is, the Groudon has no capability of being able to knock out both. Okay, there's one scenario. Maybe two, that could make this a weird situation. Which I'm not going to say out loud because every time that happens... Actually, you know what? I'll say it out loud because it'd be entertaining if it happens. The Groudon Rock Slide double flinches me. That is the way I could lose here. But nope, they're just going to double protect, which is fine. Do they get a double-double? I don't even think I care if they get a double... They got the double-double. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care about that, I think. Because my Kyogre is actually fast for a Trick Room mod. It's actually fast. Wait, I just realized my Kyogre went before my Lando. Wait, my Lando... Oh. My Lando is modest. it's supposed to be timid. I didn't realize it after using this team for a while. I just always assumed that my Lando's faster. Okay, that was something I'm gonna have to change in the rental because I forgot to mint the Lando back to timid, but sure. We're gonna Earth Power Water Spout. I don't think there's a way I could lose here unless Groudon gets a triple. And even if Groudon has a triple, like, I could still win, which is funny. Like, what's the obnoxious way I lose here? Play Rough gonna come out into the Kyogre. Oh, Kyogre didn't even go down. Wow, that is weak. That is weak. For Water Spout, I KO'd the Groudon with Earth Power. Yep. Yeah, I just forgot to... I forgot that I guess I just forgot to mint. All right, game's over anyway because they just lose to Eliki, so all I have to do is just get damage. Actually, it's the last turn of Sun, so I always go for Protect. Because there's no way you click Sword Stance in this position. And then like an extra Water Spout will put the Zacian into range of Thunderbolt guaranteed. Like I don't think I could lose anyway, even if I just click Water Spout like for the rest of the game and Thunderbolt, but might as well. But yeah, Sun fades. I go for a Water Spout because it's just accurate. I go for a Sludge Bomb, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. They were probably KOs land. Oh, it's because they swapped out Zacian. That's why it's so weak. I was like, why is that so weak and why did I survive? But then I forgot, oh, Zacian switched out, so it didn't have the attack boost. So unfortunately, this dog is going to get put down as that Sludge Bomb takes a knockout into the Zacian, and that is good game. So pretty solid. I can't believe this is how I find out that my Landorus is modest and not timid. Maybe I should just change the intro to have it being modest, but yeah, I'll just keep using modest I think for the video, and then I'll switch to rent a code and make it timid. I just completely forgot that I didn't have the mint. Well, looks like we're gonna run it back. Why not? We'll run it back. So let's see if we can take this game or not. Lando's really good, as I mentioned before. They let Torn Zacian, which I still don't know why they let Torn Zacian. What would they adjust to beat Regieleki Calyrex Ice? They didn't bring Amoonguss and they didn't bring the Ingambit. I feel like you should never bring Torn into this because Torn was really bad. I think I'm gonna... Well, I don't think I should I leave Regieleki Lando? I mean, I don't think you're gonna lead Flutter against the Calyrex Ice Lando lead unless you do have Taunt, which then I guess we have to talk. But you know what? Gonna try Regieleki Lando. Have Kyogre plus Calyrex Ice in the back. I'll risk it. I think I would definitely risk it in the game 2 situation for sure. I don't think they should go to Tailwind mode. And I don't know if Flutter leads here. I feel like the lead would maybe be... Actually, you would probably lead Flutter because you're not leading Groudon in this matchup. You can give it a Moongus. What? Okay. I mean, it's a decent lead for me. It's not terrible. So there's Protect Spore and there's a random Sword Stance that could come out. Fun. This lead screams setup, but I just have no idea if it is going to be set up or not. I think if you're going to Spore, you would Spore the Lando slots. I'm going to Protect and go for Thunderbolt. Actually, I should have not made this play because if I'm reading Protect from King Gambit, then it was better just to attack. But we're going to see Rage Powder come out. Okay. It's Sucker Punch into Eliki, sure. As I get a Thunderbolt off into the Amoonguss. Alright, not the best decision that I've ever made. I think if I Volt Switch to Amoonguss, I pick up the Knockout into Amoonguss. Yeah, this is awkward. This is really awkward. I could go Kyogre and Sanseer Storm. I guess that's not like a terrible play because they didn't tear the King Gambit, so I guess I'll play around the Sucker Punch. But I feel like Protect might be obvious, so that's why I want to Volt Switch, but I really should not lose a resource in the Weather War. It'd be really bad. So I'm gonna go Kyogre. They went for Rage Powder. If they went for Sucker again, this is beautiful. Oh, they went for the Lando this time, which is smart, but that's fine for me. I get the Sanseer off. I don't KO, but that's actually really good. No, that's actually perfect. Because I get to go Calyrex-Ice now, and I get to go for a... Actually, do I go Calyrex-Ice? No. I go out into Regieleki, and I go for Sanseer. Because based on that Sucker Punch damage, it doesn't look like I go down a Sucker Punch. It shouldn't be Black Glasses, so I'm pretty sure the Lando always lives Sucker. Sanseer should get the double knockout here. I don't think you're ever going Groudon, because I think going Groudon is just... I mean, risking that much damage, I think, on a Water Spout is really bad for them. I think they have to sack both, or protect Amoonguss and probably Sucker the Lando or Kyogre. Nice. So now I have a position where I can Electroweb and Sanseer the next turn, and that's really good. And that's what I built the position up to be, so that's really good. Okay. Sanseer knock out the King Gambit. Amoonguss gonna be sticking around, but not for long. Did I Sludge Bomb the Zacian on a read? I don't think I have to. I'm pretty sure that Zacian's just gonna come in. And I think I just click sit. Groudon coming in, actually. Okay. I don't see a problem with going Kyogre and just clicking Sanseer here. Because the only way Groudon either goes for the KO on Aleki or they go for the Lando with a fire move. Either way, I get an accurate Sanseer Storm guaranteed. I get the weather control. They don't switch out Groudon, which you shouldn't switch out Groudon because that's an insane play. Get into Kyogre, have the rain. Is this Terra? What Terra would you go for here? Why are you tearing the Groudon? Are you thinking I'm going to Earth Power and Rage Powder here? I guess. I don't get the Terrifier play at all. I do not get the Terrifier play at all. Well, Groudon goes down and Amoonguss goes down. I guess they were like, I'm in a game losing position. I mean, I think like what they should have probably done was go Zacian and just pray for an Electroweb miss at that point. Zacian gonna come out. They can't Terra. I can just go for... Do I even have to Terra any of these Pokemon? I don't. Because Water Spout single target should KO Zacian, and I can just go for Sanseer because it's in range, so it's guaranteed accuracy. They go for Player of KO the Landorus. Even if Water Spout doesn't KO the Zacian, I have Aleki in the back, and I still have Terra, so I can go for Terra Grass, Calyrex endgame. But yeah, Water Spout KOs the Zacian. Alright. So there was no Flutter Mane, which I'm happy about. Amoonguss King Gambit was definitely a weird combination, but it kind of makes sense. Against Aleki Calyrex, which is what I led the first game, that's definitely a fair adjustment for game 2. And it definitely did cause me some issues, but no spores. They went for Rage Power to be safe. And the fact that I was just able to get a lot of damage with Sanseer was really important. All right, there are too many games to analyze over and over, and also the fact that they were really short games, so I don't think there was really a point of analyzing most of them. So overall, I'd say we were able to just put on the offensive pressure across the board. Regieleki, Kyogre, Calyrex Ice, Landorus, they all put in a ton of work, and as I said before, insane type coverage across the board. Really great synergy with the Sanseer Storm, the Rain, Glacial Lance, like all of the coverage as well offensively with electric, ground, water, ice. It's just really hard to be able to find a switch in for these combinations, and it is able to put in a ton of work, as we saw. Choreograph was also pretty helpful at setting up the Trick Room, especially in the Calyrex Shadow Rider game, and Ogerpon Cornerstone, the redirection, but also just the fast mon that can also follow up and dish out a good hit is a pretty strong combination. In Regulation G, this was one of my favorite cores to basically use throughout the entire regulation, and now with Kyogre, it is even more incredible offensively. It is just absolutely absurd. I had so much fun working with NJ with this team and Bars as well, as the insane idea of just Regieleki and Landorus Incarnate Calyrex Ice Rider was already incredible, but now paired with Kyogre too, it will do a lot of damage. The team might still have flaws. Calyrex Shadow Rider is still a little bit annoying. Opposing Kyogres can be still a little bit troublesome, but I do think that the team overall, it's really fun with the offensive synergy that it just has, because you can pretty much find ways to just get really strong KOs. If you would like to check out the details of the team, they'll be linked in the description down below. And if you would like to try out the team with the rental code, it's only available on your screen. It's only available for 1 week because there are a lot of Regulation I content teams coming out. I don't have enough rental space, so we will be seeing so many teams. So make sure you subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.